Hey everyone, Aaron Moore here with You Got a Guy Cars and Homes. Today we're going to talk about going under contract. I just had a house go under contract, one of my listings. Pretty exciting stuff. A lot of people feel like you've reached the goal line there when it's really only halfway. So this is where you realize if your realtor has done their job correctly. And what I mean by that is, did they have you go through the house and make sure it was going to pass inspection? Did they do their research and pull comps to make sure that the value that they put on the house to sell it for, the listing price, if that's what you got, is going to be enough for the bank? There's so many variables that happen after the fact. And there are things that are out of the realtor's control too. Like, what if property insurance for the buyer is higher than they wanted? They have a way to get out. And these are ways to keep their earnest money. And if you're a buyer, this is a good way for you to keep your earnest money. And if you find out that your insurance is going to be $5,000 a year and you've budgeted $2,000 a year, you're not going to be stuck buying that house because they know you're not going to be able to make those payments. So just because you're under contract doesn't mean the deal's done. You have a lot of work to do. And that's why getting to the closing table is the end of the game, the end of the line. I mean, you don't get too excited, temper it. I mean, it is exciting. You got your offer, whatever you get for the house. And it's good when you get under contract. We got under contract on this property in the first weekend. So that's what you want, you want that to happen. But just know that you got to make sure it appraises. You got to get through inspection. You got to make sure the HOA, if it has one, doesn't have any provisions in there that scare off the buyer, because they can bail for that too. So just make sure that you're working with a realtor that knows how to get you to the finish line. I've done it a few times now, just a couple. And it's a fun process if you enjoy that kind of thing. There's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of unknowns. But for me, I spent over 20 years in the car business and I thrive on that. So that's why you want someone to kind of temper it for you and to kind of be the go-between, so you don't have to deal with all the nuances of getting that deal to the finish line. So again, behind closed doors is a little insight into what it takes to get to the finish line and what it means when you go under contract and what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean you're done. Next week we'll have another topic probably related to this listing as we go through everything. We got inspection set for this weekend, so yeah, by the time we'll talk about how that goes and what you can do on inspection. So thanks again. See you next week.